Hey, what's up guys, welcome back to another Mosnter video. So in today's video, I'm going to be reviewing the Mosnter Tikaani from the recent team race. I'll go ahead and review this monster from level 1 to 100, showing you guys the best skills, the best room setup, and everything you need to know. So I hope you guys are excited. If you are, make sure you drop a like, subscribe. Anyways, let's go and get started. Alrighty guys, so this monster's been sitting in my hatchery for the past couple of days, and I was like, you know what? This monster was just in the recent race, and I'm sure a lot of you guys would find this helpful to do a review on this monster. So we're gonna hatch it right next to Firestar in the same habitat, and look at this monster. Ooh, we got a blue monster. Alright, and oh, okay, interesting ultimate. Wait a second, since this monster is blue, we should change the background to blue. And boom, look at that. No, that looks better, I feel like. I don't know, I might keep it blue, honestly. That looks really cool. That looks clean. Alright, anyways, so we have Tikaani here, and we're going to go ahead and, of course, do a review. Where the heck is this? Oh, of course, I hatched it right next to Firestar here. So we have evolving traits of Hardened, Immune to Torture, and Stamina Leak. Now, remember, guys, I remember when we were actually racing for this monster, the only reason we went for 10 laps is the traits. You know what I mean? I really liked the first two, but then that last one really threw it off. So yeah, that last one, the Stamina Leak, really threw me off, and a couple of our teammates, or actually many of our teammates, and we decided to just go for 10 laps, of course. So that was the reason why. But anyways, we get it to 100 here. Let's take a look at the stats. So you get 22,209 strength, 554,944 life, and 16,038 speed. Now the speed's actually not that bad, 16,038, but the only thing is the life. The life is kind of low, I feel like. But anyways, let's take a look at the skills to see what this monster is all about. So we do have an AoE Mega Freeze, which I actually do like. Let me go ahead and throw that in there. What else do we have here? A low metal damage and applies nanovirus. Okay. What else do we got? Moderate war damage and applies Mega Freeze to one enemy and freeze all enemies. I really like that skill. That skill is really good. And last but not least, we have a moderate metal damage to one enemy, applies a nanovirus and stamina leak. So you can either run that, or you can run yourself another AoE freeze. But it's up to you. Do you want to run another AoE freeze, or do you want to just keep 2 nanovirus and 1 or no, 2 nanovirus and 2 freeze? It's up to you. This other one right here I would keep, but this one you could probably swap out. I feel like we'll just do a triple freeze and 1 nanovirus. But anyways, in terms of cooldowns, it's moderate to low. This one's making it moderate. If that was 2, it would just be low, honestly. And then stamina wise, it is moderate to low as well. You guys can see there's a little bit of high, you know what I mean, and then there's a little bit of lows as well. But taking a look at the elements, we have water and metal. Metal and a metal, what do you call it? Actually, no. I was going to say metal and a metal meta. That's only going to help against Genza and I would say Kirk Moonwalker, actually. Yeah, Kirk Moonwalker for sure. But then, of course, there's JJ. That's going to destroy you, so be careful. But anyways, so let me see here. Yeah, this monster becomes really good at rank 1. If you could get it to rank 1, that would be nice. Now, I don't have the resources to rank this monster up, or else I would for you guys. But anyways, when it comes down to relics, you have mask and what do you call it? Staff. So mask and staff. You can go ahead and run in something that, removes stamina from enemies, and then the other one giving you stamina. So for example, like a Torvox's mask would be nice. And then pairing that up with either a Merc staff, or you could do like Sea Old Guard staff, or even an Honor Dojo. Now this one's actually not that bad. Take a look at this. So after damaging on a skill, if any enemy's stamina is below 50%, it deals the damage, right, and applies 1 random torture. You guys know many of the time the your allies stamina is going to be gone, because there's a lot of players recently that I've been seeing that have been running traps, like traps in terms of like relics that would literally remove your stamina, drain it. So that's another one. And then we have when the turn starts, where stamina is above 75%, it removes the stamina from all enemies, right? That much stamina. And there's also a little bit more. I might actually run with this one. I'm just going to go with that. When it comes down to runes, what you want to do is you want to make this monster go second. So here's what I mean by that, okay? So let's say I'm going to do like 2 level 8s here, and we're going to run both speed runes. Now, you know who would be a good pair up with this monster? So you can go ahead and run it with a tank. So for example, we're going to keep King Adam. And what you can do is you can go ahead and run in this one other monster right here, Enkato. If you guys have Enkato, you know what I mean? This would be a pretty good pair up. Besides Enkato, you can just pair it up with any other monster that could trade disable. So here's what I mean. Say we're going to take in the second turn. Actually, we're supposed to take second turn here. So in that instance, what we can do is we can run a team speed here instead. We're going to go back in and take a look at this. We have 27 to 20. Oh my gosh, it's still slower. So here's what you're going to have to do. There's going to be some cases where you can actually do 2 team speed and then you can do a speed final, or you could just do a mix of speed and team speed. Just make sure this monster takes in second turn. So here's what I mean. So for example, we're going to go back into this, and this monster takes in first turn and then this takes second right after, right? So you can even make the speed as close as possible if you want. In this case, it doesn't really matter. We're just going up against regular mythics here, but 28 to 23 basically. So what happens is that Enkeido's going to take the first turn, and what you want to do is you want to do an AoE trade table, which we don't have. Alright, there's no way. Am I missing the skills? I hope not. We do have an AoE trade table. There it is. That's all we need. And of course, you can go ahead and, you know, run in the remaining skills if you'd like. For example, what we're doing here. Single target trade table. There's also some torture. Of course, some of you guys that do have this monster maxed out, I'm sure, you know what I mean, you've got the best skills already locked on and everything. But we're going to go back in finally, the final round. So here, we're taking the first turn. We do an AoE trade table. So basically what you want to do is you want to open up the path for your monster. So as you guys can see, I just went ahead and trade table all of them. He took in the turn, and everybody having stamina, I think over 75%, right? Or actually just him. If the wearer stamina is above 75%, it removes all stamina. Look at that. So it just removed everybody's stamina, which was 293, which was basically their max. And what you can do, now that the path is open for you, you can mega freeze them. And you shouldn't actually miss. So as you guys can see, we just froze them. And then also, take a look at this. Besides mega freeze, you're like, where did the mega possession come from? And where did the mega stun come from, right? Well, I'll show you guys in a second. Remember that staff that I told you guys about? This one right here? Well, one of the perks is that, look at this. After damaging with a skill, if any enemy is under a control status, it applies a random control to the damaged enemies. So not only are you mega freezing them, but you're also applying another kind of thing on them. And what you can do with Enkeido is you can continue spamming tortures. So as you can see, we just applied bleeding to them. We got curse on them as well. And then what you can do is you can continue spamming tortures. So for example, nanovirus, look at that. So by the time they taken a turn, they're going to be like stacking up a lot of tortures, and you can continue to do more and more if you'd like, but it's up to you. So here we have done way too much of that Mr. Beast monster, so let's just give him a turn, and look at all those torches just kicking in, and him not being able to attack because of the freeze. But that's not all. Look at that, it's still frozen. So next turn he's gonna get hit with it again, and you can of course attack whatever you want to do, but I want to do another skill here. So we have the mega freeze still, and we've got regular freezes, and then we have nanovirus if you want. So you could do another mega freeze, although you can't stack up mega freeze on top of mega freeze, or like kind of reset it. Unfortunately, that's not how it works. If it does, that would have been kind of cool, you know, how you can kind of like spam it as much as you want. But we're gonna go ahead and go into a different battle here. This time, take a look at this. All right, we have a monster with the hardened trait where we have a 20% less accuracy against, and then we have a dodge area monster, right? So when it comes down to this, you're like, let's say you don't even have Enkeido, right? You're like, oh, I don't have a trade disabled, or what am I gonna do? I'm just gonna charge up. So the monster gets in a turn, everybody has 0 stamina, right? But take a look at this. This skill right here, it applies Mega Freeze to one enemy and then to all enemies. Now, if I were to use this, let's say on these other 2 monsters where they don't have dodge area, it's not going to land on, what do you call it, that other monster because of the dodge area. So we weren't able to land that because of that. But hey, take a look at this. This time, here's what we're going to do. All right. This time, we're going to target the monster with the dodge area. So boom. And that way, he takes a mega freeze and everybody else takes a regular freeze. That way, everybody's still denied and, you know, you're good to go there. So I'm just going to go ahead and attack. We have mega freeze that we can apply. So overall, you can definitely make this monster usable, but it's just like, it's a trait, you know what I mean? That stamina leak doesn't really help out too much. I do like the first 2, but that's really about it. You know what I mean? So anyways, he takes in another turn here, and we do have, we could actually use our Mega Freeze skill again. Again, dodge area monster there, so we can bypass it and freeze everybody. I'm going to go ahead and charge up again, and we have an AoE freeze that we can use, which I'm not going to land on everybody, but let's just do it on the other 2 monsters. It's going to charge up, and we're just going to attack you. Take care. Bye-bye. He was going to take in the turn right after. But we're going to do the Mega Freeze there. And look at that, they're all just damaged and dead as well. So what do you guys think of this monster? Do you guys like it or not? I personally, I think he has potential. You know what I mean? He's not going to be like a meta monster, but if, let's say there's going to be a specific battle that you want to win in Team Wars and you don't have a monster to use, this can be like a backup monster, for example. So this could be a good backup monster to use for that case. But anyways, guys, let me know your thoughts and opinions in the comments down below about this monster. Did you guys get this monster or not? And let me know what rank and what do you guys think about it overall. But that's going to be pretty much it. Thank you all so much for watching. I'll see you in the next one. Peace out.
So tell me now what's left to